Followers of Prime Minister Modi in India are planning and attempting to build a shrine in his honor. The Prime Minister has wisely and correctly denounced the efforts. So here's something you don't see in the United States or many Western democracies very often. A bunch of followers of a politician are building a religious shrine with his face and bust built into the shrine. This is happening in India. Prime Minister Modi apparently has some very strong fans in his home region. They've been raising a lot of money to build a temple honoring him and putting a gigantic bust of him in that. Now, this is dangerous for any politician. When people are building shrines to you and you're still in office, you're really setting yourself up to be knocked down a peg. And you're making people kind of feel like they're in a dictatorship, too. It evokes images of that. So Prime Minister Modi did exactly the correct thing. Here's what he tweeted to his 10 million followers yesterday. He said he was appalled by the gesture, found it shocking, and that it was against India's great traditions. He said, building such temples is not what our culture teaches us. Personally, it makes me sad. I would urge those not to do so. Now, as recently as yesterday, I was criticizing Prime Minister Modi for wearing a $17,000 suit, pinstripe, and the lines were made up of his own name. It just seemed like a giant act of hubris. Today, he is doing exactly the right thing. He's acting humble, and he is not acting as though he were a god, because that gets anybody into trouble, not just politicians.